Now, incidentally, when you cut insulation that's faced, it doesn't have to be this plastic stuff. It can be regular R13 that you fit into a 2x4 wall, or R19 insulation, and you've got faced insulation. You always want to put that facing down before you cut it with your sheetrock knife. You don't want to put it up on top. It's way easier to do it down at the bottom. And like I said, I'll get set up. I'll figure out which piece of plywood I'm going to use for laying this down on the ground. You don't want to lay this down right down on top of your concrete, okay? You're going to make you're going to make 4 or 5 cuts with your sheetrock drywall knife, and then your blade's going to get all wonky and it's going to be dull, and then you're going to start wanting to rip this and not cutting straight, and then you may put marks down on your floor and all that kind of stuff. I never do that. Even on a construction job, I don't like cutting right on top of, even if it's a subfloor. I don't like cutting right on the subfloor. I'll take a 2x6, a long 2x6, set it on top of that, or a piece of plywood, or 2x4, whatever I've got, scrap plywood, whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about. I always try to keep things nice when I'm doing my job. Okay, I've read the directions and everything, and let's just let's try you right there. Okay, I'm going to carefully measure this time. Remember I said it was like 18 inches? Well, it's not really 18 inches. That's from joint to joint, way up high. But and it's hard for me to get my I got my tape measure down in there. 17 3/4, and I could have held my tape, like that. 17 3/4 is the width, and you want to make sure you measure all of your panels. And I've already measured them, but they should be all the same. But don't make the assumption. Just quickly measure them to see. You can measure from outside to outside on all of them, just to check, because you don't want to cut your insulation and then find out you're short because you made the assumption all the panels were the same. But usually when garage door manufacturers make them, they'll make all the panels the same. Now, the reason why this insulation is wider, these are like 21, 22 inch panels. And the reason why they did that is because this happens to be a 6'8" or 7 foot tall door, or maybe an 8 foot tall door. And you can also get 9 foot tall doors, 10 foot tall doors. I mean, it just kind of varies. And if you want, before you get your insulation at the store, I think they only have one size fits all. But this one, you remember, was for one standard. Where did it say? I think it was on the other side. Covers one single uninsulated garage door. Okay, so obviously they have these for 2-car garage doors. And then you might want to measure your panels, but these panels, they try to do you a favor. They try to do them, see, these are 22 inches high, 54 inches wide. They try to do whatever is needed to cover up all your panels, okay? And so check all that, and now that I know, let's get back to this panel here, 17 3/4 it was. I'll get my tape measure down there. And that's from inside to inside, up underneath that lip. 17 3/4, but I do not want to cut the insulation that way. You always want to cut your insulation more, and on these directions it says cut it about a 1/2 inch taller. Okay, so if I got 17 3/4, that means 18 1/4 inches. And I wrote down like 18 3/8. I wrote down 18 3/8. Now, I don't want to make it any more than that. I can make it just a hair shorter than that. 18 1/4 should be fine. Okay, that's even if you're cutting insulation to fit in between studs in a wall or something. If you got a rip to do, I always cut it long, about a ½ inch longer, so that way when you after you get done, you can kind of fit it into your opening, and that's what they want you to do when you're installing these panels. Okay, so I got 18 1/4, and you remember I think it was 52 inches. These are, they call it wide, 54 inches wide. That's the length, but they're saying wide this way, from left to right, 54 inches. And remember I measured the plastic, and the plastic I think was 52, because see how they extend the insulation beyond this edge. And to fit it in there, to smash it in, all that kind of stuff. And that's not the actual vinyl. So you remember I measured that actual vinyl. I guess I could measure this again. And you want to get your rolls out and look at them, make a decision on where you're going to cut them. See, I've got a fold here on the plastic over on this side. So when I cut my 18 1/4, 18 3/8, I'll cut so that I rip this side off. So I'm just gonna do a quick measure on this on the plastic bit. Now I got it flat on the floor right there. So I got 52 1/2. Okay, and so I'm still going to do what I told you I was going to do, 52 1/2 of the plastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting the plastic over this edge so that I can tape it onto this. Now you don't have to do that. You could just cut it to there and let it stick out, but then you're going to see some pink bit of your insulation coming out on both sides. And plus I already got this, this insulated garage door is taking up some of that gap. Now, if that insulation wasn't there, this insulation is probably 1 inch thick or so, then it would be pretty much flush with this, okay? But mine's gonna stick out, so that's why I'm thinking of overlapping this and then putting the tape on this bit here. Do you see what I mean? And so if my plastic is 52 1/2, and I got from the center of that to the center over here, that's almost exactly where it should be. The plastic is going to go from that point to the center over to about right there. Okay, and I can pull it back, and then I can tape it. I can tape it right onto this side here, and so that'll look really nice there, and this will look really nice here. The only thing on your tape, I'm going to use clear shipping tape. Now, hopefully 3 years from now, the shipping tape's not going to yellow and discolor and all that kind of stuff. If it does, you can peel it off, put another piece on there or something, you know. And that's why I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put the shipping tape on this edge just yet. Then I'm going to have to put it down on top of this and hope that it sticks on there nice and straight, and it might come off and it might get kind of wonky. So that's why I'm hoping to just kind of pooch it up there. I'm having a feeling, because this insulation is already on here for the insulated garage door, that it's going to stick out, and more than likely I'm going to have to put some tape on here. Obviously I only have from here down to stick that on that, and then the rest of this I can't tape to there, because that's the garage door panels as it goes up. See? So there's no way I can tape any further than that. You see what I mean? And so it remains to be seen exactly what's going to happen with that. But I think I've got my game plan. First and foremost is to cut it. And I'm gonna do 18 3/8, I think, to cut it. I don't have to really worry about the lengths and stuff. I can still be thinking about that as I'm cutting these down. I've got 8 panels. I've got 8 panels to cut, right? And I've got 8 panels here. So the first thing I can do is figure that out and cut those, okay? Now, how are we gonna cut this? Hey, they give us a couple different options, and I'll talk to you about that right now.